alaikum. We are 8th graders from Jordan. I am Noura, Bushra, Noor, Siwar, Marah, and our teachers Khulud Walid and Ala Amra. We are here to represent our country. We participated in the chain reaction. Our project is called Feed the World. We hope you will like our show. Thank you.
We will start our project with the definition of fertilizer. Natural or artificial substance containing the chemical elements that improve the growth and productivity of plants. Modern chemical fertilizers include one or more of the most important three elements in plant nutrition: nitrogen, phosphor, and potassium. The second important nutrients are sulfur, magnesium, and calcium. Now, why plants need fertilizers? Plants depend on nutrients in the soil to provide the basic chemicals for these metabolic reactions. The use of synthetic fertilizers has significantly improved the quality and the quantity of the food available today.
We know that nitrogen gas exists in the atmosphere 87%. Nitrogen fixation in the soil is done by many methods. Firstly, the lightning. The lightning activates the reaction between nitrogen and oxygen to form nitrogen oxides. These dissolve in rain, forming nitrates in all 3-. Secondly, in the industrial fixation, nitrogen reacts with hydrogen to form ammonia in H3. Thirdly, the biotic nitrogen fixation is done by some kinds of bacteria which fix nitrogen in the plants as several kinds of proteins. These proteins enter and pass through food webs. And finally, the microorganisms decay protein to ammonia. This ammonia is converted to nitrates by nitrifying bacteria. Nitrification reduces nitrates and nitrates to return again to nitrogen gas by denitrifying bacteria.
Who discovered nitrogen fertilizer? He is Fritz Haber. The Haber process. Nitrogen from air reacts with hydrogen under high temperature and pressure with iron as a catalyst to form ammonia and H3 as a gas. The ammonia gases are cooled and then turned to liquid ammonia. The reaction is reversible and the production of ammonia is exothermic.
For everything, there are some benefits and negative effects. What are the benefits of the nitrogen fertilizers? First, the primary component in fertilizers are nutrients, which are vital for plant growth. Second, nitrates are known to be essential component for making protein in plants. And the last one, if plants use nitrogen in the synthesis of protein or nucleic acids.
However, there are some negative effects of nitrogen fertilizer. First, nitrogen at high level causes a loss of certain plant species, depletion of fossil nutrients, death of fish and aquatic organisms, and contamination of drinking water. Second, when plants are nitrogen deficient, they are marked by reduced growth and yellowing of leaves, as you see in this picture. Nitrogen fertilizer have 4 types. The first type is urea, which contains 45 to 46% of nitrogen. Urea is a solid that is granulated before applying. The second type is anhydrous ammonia, which contains 82% of nitrogen. It is one of the most commonly used nitrogen fertilizer because it has a high concentration of nitrate and it is lower in cost. The third type is ammonium nitrate, which contains 34% of nitrogen. It is a 50-50 mix of ammonium and nitrate nitrogen. And the last type is ammonium sulfate, which contains only 21% of nitrogen. It is applied as a dry form with no nitrogen lost through volatilization.
Oops! There is a problem. What's the best amount of nitrogen fertilizers that can be added to plants? When we look back to the hypothesis, we notice that not all amounts of nitrogen fertilizers are suitable for a plant. To check, we made some experiments. First, we prepared the pots and filled the top with the same amount of soil, weighted 738 grams. Then, we planted 7 pea seeds in each pot for 12 days and irrigated it as needed. We made 60 treatments. Then we add different weights of nitrogen fertilizers, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 60 grams of it. Then we dissolve nitrogen fertilizers in 100 ml of distilled water. Then we add the nitrogen fertilizer solution to the soil. We made the treatments in triplicate as you see in these pictures. Finally, we observed and recorded the growth of a plant per day with the addition of water in equal amounts, as shown in this video. As shown in this video, we started planting in 12th of April. We measured and recorded the length of the stalk. As you see in this table, the plant started growth in 17th of April. This is shown in this diagram how the length of a stalk is changing differently.
During our experiment, we note: first, the beginning of the growth started in pots that does not contain fertilizer. Second, the growth of a plant in all pots varies. Third, observe the qualities of each of the pots which contain 4 grams in 100 ml, such as length and diameter, surface area of the leaves, and the number of branches. Fourth, we didn't notice any growth in pots which contain 5 grams and 6 grams nitrogen fertilizers. According to our notes, we concluded the following. Nitrogen fertilizer should be added to the soil in a certain amount, taking into account type of a plant, soil condition, and type of fertilizer.
Based on the result of the research, we recommended the farmers to: first, use the right percentage of nitrogen fertilizer. Second, use the suitable nitrogen fertilizer to suit the type of plant width and the nature of the soil. Third, further research need to find ways to reduce the impact of nitrogen fertilizer on groundwater.
Thanks for watching, and we hope you like our show.
We wanted to be there with you, but unfortunately we couldn't because the visa was not issued on time.